Happy rising. Well, I did the best I could with the light because it's still dark outside. But I just had the experience. um, yeah, I needed to share about the looping. Um, we have, of course, every time we take off a matrix coding layer, a frequency, um, enters our consciousness again. And usually with that, a memory or some wisdom. Of a former reset or some galactic memories or sometimes memories from outside of this construct. For I now believe that galactic, what are they, 12 realms are also part of this same construct. So I've experienced lots and lots and lots and lots of galactic memories. And of course, there is the same movement there, between dark and light. So I've experienced beautiful memories and also darker memories. And of course, on this earth plane, I've also experienced memories in other time periods. Also light, but also very dark. And but what I experienced, well, this past night is about this time period, this incarnation we are in now, this incarnation karmic loop we are in now. I saw it like I saw myself in the same time period, like, I don't know, what was it, 8 times, I believe. Eight times going to the same places, having the same experiences, being offered the same chances, being offered the same, uh, destroying matrix programs to learn from, see if I could find my way out of here. So we have been looping in this same timeline for about 8 times. So that would mean we are in the 9th loop. And this time I managed to get home to 0 point. And lots of others. For I have decided that I don't need an identity or a story. So I let go of every story, every identity. All the aspects that are part of memories. I used to hold on to those aspects because they were so beautiful, and I saw them as my guides, and I thought it was special, so precious. Mm. So I held on to all those aspects and all those fascinating memories, and through the galactics realms that are part of this construct, I believe. And that fills up the space, it fills up the space, and it gets very busy inside of you and also outside of you in your you know space surrounding you. We call aura or matrix. And then I experienced a few months back when I consciously went into the void with the intent of my source essence, the deepest, well, part of my soul within. I asked, you could say, my source essence to, you know, well, not download, but give the memory of my source essence to my bones. A sister of mine in Vermont, Lilita, she shared her experience, and I was like, yeah, of course. I know that the bones are connected to the water element, to the memory. So when I did that, I went into the void and took the memory into the bones, and from the bones it could just slowly enter my consciousness. And in that moment everything became clear for me, of the construct being bigger. It's included the galactic realms and the many resets, different form experiments, and the many stories. I because being in your 0 point fully, it's just a constant feeling of harmonics and peace, inner peace, and love beyond love we know here. And it's the love within yourself. It's your first source cell, gene cell. Because the way I saw it, the way I experienced the void, first seeing it through myself, I was this, you could say, a ball of light, a cell. And in that cell, there was this beautiful sparkling light. And that, that was it. And when I looked, I went, you could say, above and see it from a wider view. I could see many, endless of the same, you could say, bubbles, cells with this spark inside. And it was giving off a sound frequency. Everyone having their own unique sound frequency, soul sound, and geometry. But not all, and it was moving in a substance that I can best describe as plasma waters, plasma cosmic sparkling waters, so the cosmic waters. And and what I saw was as soon as we have brought back every shadow matrix conditioning coding layer, as soon as we have brought that back to 0 point, so it becomes formless, it has no power over us anymore. And because of that, the frequency layer that was covered with that program, we have access to again, and every frequency is part of the choir within. So yesterday I talked about the 144 total of frequencies, and then we have the 72 female and 72 male God frequencies. Well, I don't want to call it God, but creator frequencies. And once we have removed all those layers, those matrix coded layers, and made it formless in the 0 point, in the void, once all frequencies start to sing again, start making music again, the first divine female and the first divine male cell, source cell of our soul starts to merge as oneness in the harmonic 0 point. And that was what I saw. I saw my own merging of the, divine feminine and divine masculine merging into this one beautiful bubble source with this spark of light within. And my own sound came through, aesthesia. So, well, translated to words, aesthesia, but the frequency is, well, it's hard to explain, And also my own geometry. All the geometry outside of us that is part of this prison structure, don't take it in. It's all to delay our process, to obstruct, lock you into a loop within the loop within the loop of this matrix construct. Every sound and every geometry you need is within you and nowhere else. And every frequency that frees itself because you have transformed the shadow, a matrix coding layer. You have transformed it into 0 point, into the harmonic 0 point. So it became formless and lost its power. Where was I going? I'm not sure where I was going. Well, I'm not sure, but we'll get on with it. Every frequency holds within a sound, holds within a geometry, holds within a memory, wisdom of your soul. And sometimes it comes to the surface for you to see, but not always, and that's okay. It's enough to feel it, embrace it, and then, a new matrix layer presents itself, a program, a conditioning layer, and we bring it to 0 point, and etc. And we repeat and repeat until we have brought back everything to 0 point. We have it lost its form. We make it formless, but it stays in the infinite source of the cosmic waters, where all the source we are present as source cells, like a singing choir. And because energy always stays, we cannot take it away, we cannot destroy it, but we can make, when energy has taken on form, we can make it formless. And once we need it, because it stays within, you could say, the cosmic waters, where we are all part of, which is our, where we have our direct connection to, you could say, the supreme source, creator. From there, we can take on every form we like when it's needed. But getting back to, oh yes, so I'm not sure, maybe I already shared it with you guys. But once all the frequencies are singing again inside ourselves, those 142 total, 71 and 71, 142 are singing, then the last two, which are the first two, closest to source, closest to our essence, our 0 point, our source creation cell within the cosmic waters of all that is being activated. And then the divine masculine and divine feminine merges into one cell, one song. And then we have access again to, our soul source essence. And which is just pure, it's a feeling of harmony, a constant harmony, love beyond the love we know, and there's no need anymore for holding on to stories or forms, or it's 8 o'clock. Our identities, I've experienced, I'm observing, I'm present, and I'm observing, and sometimes I need form, when I do body work or energetic work. It's I'm always in 0 point, but sometimes, my soul voice, I don't call it my higher voice anymore. It's my soul source voice, guides me and, speaks through me. And, I have to go to a liver, the latest, I have to go to a liver, I have to open a portal there, and to get something out. In that moment, from that cell, you could say, that first source cell, in harmonic 0 point, it can multiply itself in like this, like it can multiply itself like this, and then I can make any shape I want because the frequencies do not have any layers anymore. So the frequency choir within myself um, came with a form, there was a form connected to that frequency. I don't hold on to that form, but if I want, I can take on that form because it's part of that frequency. So then I just, what I did was I made myself as small as a fairy, and then I just fly through the mouth into the liver, and I do my thing because we are alchemists. And I just open it up, and there was this, well, there was something sitting at the bottom, and it was the child, a traumatized child. And well, long story short, but I brought it home, I took it in my arms, and I brought it to the adult I was treating, home to the heart, and the process could start, of healing and transforming that, well, trauma injected, I don't know, trauma based matrix coding that was placed upon my, well, the soul I was working with in that moment, and so I still do use form, but only when I need to use it, for a short moment. I just, the cells just, it's wonderful. And then I let go again, I don't hold on to it. It's just a tool. So, yeah. Yeah, we can travel through our own body. We can make, from the 0 point cell of unity, or source creator cell, um, we can take on any form we want. We can fly if we want. We can become a fairy. We can become a giant, a dragon. You name it. So, but don't hold on to it. Don't identify yourself as I am a dragon, or I am a fairy, or I am a giant. And no, we are all and nothing at the same time. All and nothing at the same time. And we are all, each and every one of us is special, precious. For we have all have these beautiful God frequencies inside of us. And we don't have to call upon them. No, we don't have to call upon angels or gods. No, it's all within. If you want to experience yourself as an angelic, just align to the frequency that is part of the angelic form, and just go to 0 point and just turn yourself into that angel, because you are that angel, and the wisdom that goes with that. Yeah, that's how I see it and experience it now. And it's like when I started looking from a higher, well, a wider view, at all those beautiful bubbles, which are us in essence, in our deepest soul essence, those first to divine female and male merging as one cell, you know, with that spark within, and 0 point in the void, when I was looking from a wider view and I could see all those bubbles, all those cells, floating in a spiraling way in this cosmic plasma like waters. Lots of them were on in a way, singing their own frequency sound, their own unique frequency sound, and their geometry was active. And it's making all our own unique geometry is, if you look from it from a wider perspective, from above, it's like lots of geometry is active, so it's creating this field. Beautiful, beautiful geometry you cannot imagine. It's beyond our reach. For many of us, it's still beyond our reach, but it's like we are making this field together. The true source field structure. For what, I'm not sure. But yeah. And we're singing there. And I have the memory of that because I don't have problems with formlessness, because I have experienced myself in fluid forms many, many times, and I love being in a fluid form. So formlessness is for myself not a scary thing or something. It's well, it feels natural to me. And when I started the awakening journey, I had this memory where I was, a memory, yeah, not a memory, but more a presence. I was presence. I was somewhere, and now I can describe it as a part of the source field, the original source field, creator field, where I was in fluid form. It was not truly a form, but it was a changing movement of fluid, light, plasma-like movement. And I was singing in a way. And I felt like heaven. Whatever heaven. Heaven to me is creator. Original creator field. Cosmic waters. Yeah. So, yeah, what are we? We are singing frequencies of light, and yeah, well, something like that. Yeah, oh man, what a journey we are on. Mhm. Yeah. So, keep focusing on your, matrix programs, codings, layers, we call shadows, shadow work. Bring it to 0 point and see it for what it is. It is a program, nothing more. They place it upon you. You don't have karma. Karma is also, fabricated. It's also a coding. Um, Creator doesn't create karma. No, God. If you still like to call it God, but God doesn't create karma. No, believe me, no. So karma is also BS, you know, and let go of that. Just love yourself for all that you are. And if memories come to the surface because you release one of those matrix coding layers, and there's a memory coming to the surface, a galactic memory, or from a former incarnation in this reset, just observe. Don't become a part of it. I've been sick of memories. When I saw myself burn alive as an Indian, I was sick of it for a whole week. And things I have done, memories that came to the surface, murdering people in during tribe wars, and now I know they are just karmic codings. And when you go to the moon, which I believe now is the incarnation station, the white light, where they tell you, well, if you go back, you have the chance to, make up for what you did. And, and if you are being reborn with, the one you have murdered, or, the one who murdered you, you have a chance to, blah, 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 blah. Really? Is that pure creator essence? Frequency? No. It's all part of the matrix. Construct, reset, karmic cycle game. And our mission is to make the journey. That's the mission. Peel off all those false coding matrix layers. So, the choir within, the frequencies, can sing again and can activate the first two cells and merge it as one. So you have a direct alignment to 0 point. To the void. Sounds maybe scary, but it's not scary. And where form can become formless, and where a new form can be reborn. And where we are one. And we are already our true light, and we are already all the frequencies. It's not outside of you. It's all within. Yeah. And they're throwing a lot of stuff at us, from the outside. Matrix BS. Just stay focused on your taking off those matrix layers, and remember, they are just layers, they are just programs. And remember when I shared the video about the Atlantis experiment, where I was present and I could see what they were doing. And I told you about the geometry forms they placed over the chakras. They turned around also in function and in color. So, which means that, um, if we, you could say that the highest chakra is, in essence, the earth, the root chakra. So, so we need to go deep. We need to go deep. But they made us believe we needed to go higher, 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 and break this open. And wow, no, no, to me, no, to me, that's not a truth anymore. I've experienced that if you want to go higher, you don't have to go higher because you are already the highest frequency within. You just have to peel off the matrix programs and and let the frequency sing again, and all memories that go with that. Just observe it, and if there are forms with it, aspects that present themselves in your field, and just observe them and let go. They are part of that frequency, and later on you can use it if you want. You can take on that form and do your advantage with it during healing or traveling or whatever ceremonies or whatever you do. And yeah, and trust, trust all is within. you know you alchemize, you can alchemize everything within your 0 point, your harmonic 0 point, the deepest point within, and not the highest point up there. Yeah, yeah, and once the frequencies start singing again, the 71 female, the 71 male, and they reach the first divine male and female cell. It's the divine female, it's like the water, and the divine male is like the fire, but it's the light, and it merges as one. And then your it also represents becoming your own divine mother again, and becoming your own divine father again, because you need to cut all the emotional um, garbage they placed upon you that has to do with your blood parents and ancestors. So once you become your own mother and your own father again, the program of the inner child, I call it a program now because, you know, I've seen it. They they make sure that stays active, the wounding of the child. But once you become your own mother and your own father again, that program of the inner child is deactivated, in a way, because it cannot live in a safe environment. That traumatized child. The environment you create for yourself is safe and harmonic and it's peace once you become your own mother and father again. So that energy becomes like it becomes purity. It's when we say the inner child comes home, the inner child can come home because you have become your own mother and father again. And that is when the first, you could say the 72nd of the female cell and the 72nd of the 72, yeah, that's better in English, 72, yeah, cell of the female and 72 cell of the male is becoming an adult, and it merges into one because you are one with all that you are. You love yourself 100%, and so there is no place anymore for interference from the matrix. They cannot enter you anymore. They cannot place a new layer upon your beautiful frequency choir. They cannot do that. No, no way. They cannot enter a field that is 100% love. That is loving yourself is so important. And when you are still going through the process of feeling fear or feeling panic, or you know, it's important to, don't hold on to it. But if it's there, don't, don't push it away. Just feel it, love it. Don't reject it. Just the fear is there. Okay, hello, fear. It's okay, you're here, and I love you. And let us feel into the fear, and let's bring our love there. And then you just transform it. Just breathe into it, because, and it's the same with pain or panic, or, I've experienced, if you just go sit with it and you breathe through it, you breathe, yeah, you just feel in your body where is the essence of that fear, where is the essence of that panic, where is the essence of um, the sadness, and you just breathe to that part. You place your hands upon it, and you just talk to your body, its consciousness. You talk to your body, and you just, comfort your body. Say sweet words, and just, show me what's behind the anger, show me what's behind the panic, show me what's behind the sadness, and let's bring our love there. And sometimes it becomes a vision, an image, a story, and sometimes it's just a feeling. And it doesn't matter how it enters your consciousness, but just love it, and bring it to 0 point. And that's how you can very you can um, transform um, a layer, matrix coding layer that they have placed upon a frequency. Creator sound. Yeah. Trust. No matter what happens, trust. You are truly infinite. You are infinite, and your way out is the way in, and not go higher, but go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and be loving to yourself, and respect your sacred boundaries, and take time if you need time for yourself, and love yourself. Well, I've said enough for now, and felt like sharing this. Well, anything else? No. Love to you all. Until next time. And